Study life hacks if you don't have time. Study is not only a hard endeavor, but it's also time-consuming. And time, in this life, it's like a privilege not everyone can afford. Even though if you might have find yourself struggling to find enough time to learn everything you need to know, you can use different productivity hacks to stay on the top of your responsibilities and goals. What's up amigos, my name is Enrique from Studybay. Slap like on this video because we have many life hacks for you to try them all. But don't worry, in this video you'll find 21 of them that are proven to be effective. The first one, live in an organized environment. If you want to succeed in any task, well, you have to be organized enough to put it off. Well, there are plenty of methods to stay organized, like taking notes and label them by date. If you are going to do it in a computer, well, make sure to use keywords. In that way, it's gonna be much easier to find certain topics and subjects later on. If you prefer to write down using a notepad or different notepads, post-it notes and highlighting colors to categorize everything you might need. Keeping everything organized is a great way to deal with stress or anxiety. If you're having worry thoughts about school, take a step back and relax. Look at everything organized and evaluate what change you can make regarding the process. When you see how good you are doing, you will feel calm in no time. Number 2. Keep distractions away from you. If you are looking at your phone every 5 or 10 minutes, well, when you study, you're probably getting nothing done. Music or background TV noise, any kind of distractions is just gonna put you away. Make sure to cut off any distractions right away before you start studying. Just that's gonna improve your results. Tip number 3, create a weekly routine. Even though sticking to a routine might seem repeatedly and boring, is the best way to achieve your goals. Planning ahead of time and repeating successful patterns is the key to get things done. It's also important to implement a routine to develop enough discipline and to work in a physical and mental fatigue when you simply don't feel like doing work. If you start going to gym after class and reviewing your notes after dinner every day, we realize soon enough that it doesn't feel like work anymore. It's just like your everyday routine. And when you live under such a routine, your body gets used to the stress from it. You adapt and get better at it over time. Creating the right routine for you is necessary to prevent yourself from relying on motivation and desire to do things, as they will fade away quickly. Fourth, be on the lookout for new learning techniques. Taking notes and reading them after class is a well-known proven technique to learn, but it's not the only way out there. There's countless study methods that you can check online. A quick Google search will open a world of possibilities. Try a couple of them, see which one's the best for you, and stick to it. Change things every once in a while. It keeps things interesting. Make the best out of technology. Use phone apps designed to increase productivity. Make the most out of fun educational videos like TED Talks. Number 5. Record your lectures. Make sure to ask the permission first. Taking notes is hard, especially during lectures, if you are the best at this. But you might miss something, so recording your lectures is a great way to get the most out of them. You will also feel more relaxed as you will only need to write down the most important bits and pieces of anything that you might have missed. Recording your lectures will also let you to ask important questions to your professor, something you probably couldn't do before because, well, you were focused on taking notes. Number 6. Find a way to use what you have learned. If you want to remember what you have learned during classes, you need to find a way to use it. So it doesn't matter how you're going to do this, but try to find someone that is interested in what you are learning and teach them a little bit about it. If you are studying engineering, search for a cool experiment you can try. Make an educational video and upload it online. Whatever you do, make sure that you are making the most out of your classes. 7. Look for interesting documentaries to watch. Documentaries are always a fun, effortless way to get knowledge about something. And they always make the most out of a short time frame, so you know that you are getting the most important bits. If you decide to make use of documentaries, remember that you have to watch a couple of them in order to avoid getting a biased opinion on a subject. Remember not to use them as your only source of study, as they tend to miss certain details most of the time due to the short duration. 8. Start using your own words to explain what you are learning. If you are repeating your professor's lectures or textbooks when you need to explain the subject matter, you are not learning, you are repeating someone else's words. If you truly want to learn about something, you need to understand what you are listening or reading. To make sure you are understanding it, explain topics using your own words, not someone else's. 9. Prioritize things. Not everything you need to learn is equally important. Make sure to understand how different the key concepts are from the vital information. Once you do so, make sure to take the most important things before you move to anything else. If you don't have enough time to take care of everything, at least make sure that you will have the fundamental basis that you need to learn to know that subject. 10. Know yourself to know more. You probably know a lot about something, especially if you are taking a college course on it, but the truth is that everybody knows less about the subject matter than they think they do. Take a hard look at yourself and be honest what you know and what you don't know and what you need to improve. Focus on the last two things and truly about yourself. Don't try to waste time or things that you already know. And know when it's better to ask help. You always find help at studybay.com. Just follow the link in the description. 11. Take a break to increase productivity. Even though it might seem counterintuitive, taking regular breaks, it's necessary to stay productive. Don't go overboard with it, like 5-10 minutes breaks are long enough. If it's necessary to take them every 40 to 50 minutes, worth studying. Study shows that your productivity suffers a hit after 1 hour of work. You might as well take a break to catch your breath and get everything done once in a while. 12. Choose a day to go hard. Pick a day, any day from the week, and use it to work more than you usually do. Even if you are done with all of your assignments and there's nothing else to study so far, go to the extra mile and start preparing future assignments or for that exam. Study things ahead of schedule and get questions ready for your next lecture. Take a look at all the questions that you have for your finals. You know, maybe you won't have enough time in a week from now, so it's better to use it now. 13. Get ahead of yourself and get ready in the process. A couple of days or hours before going to a lecture, read through your textbooks and schemes through the parts that you will be reviewing that day. Make sure you have an idea of what you are going to learn that day. Don't walk into the classroom empty-handed. By revising ahead, you will at least know what to expect and will be ready for what's coming. 14. Sit down and study before you lay down and sleep. Scientific reports show that you will retain much more information if you study before you go to sleep. As long as you have a good night's sleep, try to study early in the afternoon or after dinner. Later, get a good 8 hours worth of sleep. Avoid trying to pull an all-nighter unless you absolutely have to. Sleep is a vital part of student life, one that is often overlooked. If you study right before you go to sleep and get plenty of rest, your brain will make sure you will remember everything that you studied that day before. 15. Know where to start. No two people are alike. Someone might like to start their day getting the easy tasks out of the way, and someone else might work better when they start with the harder stuff. If you need to take the trash out before you start your day, go right ahead. If you feel like you need to finish your final paper before doing anything else, that's where you need to start. Your routine process does not really matter as long as it works. You need to know which one is the best for you and start right away. 16. Don't forget about the tech. We are so dependent on our smartphones that we need to simply admit it and get over with. We have our calendars, contact lists, homework, books, and many more things in it. You have to find yourself for that phone, for example. You might go back home unless you came prepared. Keep a cord or a charger in your backpack at all times. Don't bring the ones you use at home. Have another set prepared to go. Make sure you don't lose time looking for a charger and keep one with yourself at all times. 17. Back up your valuables. Notes, textbooks, essay, whatever it is, if it's important, make sure you have a backup. Keep a set on your computer, another one in a pen drive, and upload the third one into the internet. It might seem like a little bit too much until your computer crashes 3 days before the final exam. It's also a great way to study too. If you take handwriting notes, it will be reading them again and again while you are typing in your computer. 18. Invest in a printer. A printer can ruin your day, your week, and your whole month if you let it. If you are preparing a final project or an important essay, you will know how much a good printer costs. You can avoid a full-blown crisis that will make you run around town looking for a working printer if you decide to pay a little bit more for a good printer. Avoid paying the price of losing time when a cheaper printer malfunctions on an important day. 19. Use Wikipedia for sources, not information. Even though Wikipedia is like a trustworthy and regularly revised place, it's the best to stay away from it if you want to study or use it to gather information for a project. The good thing about Wikipedia is that it's filled with credible sources and you can use it without a problem. 20. One deadline for you and another one for everybody else. When you are working on something important, set 2 deadlines. One for you and another for school or work. Set a deadline 3 or 5 days before the real one. In that way, if you suffer for any kind of step back, you will have more than enough time to handle it. 21. Develop a good relationship with everyone. It might not seem important for our productivity, but having a sense of diplomacy can go a long way. Have an amicable relationship with your teachers and classmates. It helps you study and work in a healthy environment. They might help you in times that you need. Teachers might give you a couple of days extra if they like you. That's all. Subscribe to our channel, slap like on this video, leave a comment below. Remember that you can find any kind of help at studybay.com. My name is Enrique, we help students. Ciao!